today is a really exciting day for Rice baseball as we welcome home one of the architects of the dynasty that sent 7 Owl teams to Omaha and won a national title 18 years ago. José Cruz Jr. lifted up Rice baseball as a player, celebrated the success of his brother in 2003, and sent 2 sons to play in this ballpark. While you consider the accomplishments of his father with the Astros, the Cruz family is synonymous with baseball in the city of Houston. Before he left to coach with the Tigers this year, I'd wager there weren't many people who'd seen more Rice baseball games over the past 5 or 6 years than Jose. Since returning to Houston with his family several years ago, he's remained a highly engaged alumnus. He's volunteered his time to the RBI board and come to support more than just the baseball program. In fact, he and Sarah joined us in Australia for our football game a few years ago. When I spoke with AJ Hinch a few weeks back, he described a brilliant coach, obsessed with baseball, who also had a clear love and fondness for Rice University. During the interview process, I felt the same way. Jose is ready for this challenge, and we are ready to support him in his work to bring Rice baseball forward with championships and trips to Omaha. This seemed in some ways to be the right match at the right time. And I think even Enrique mentioned that Jose wears number 22 and he'll be the 22nd head coach of our program. Before I bring Jose to the microphone, I want to thank some people. In the athletics department, Deputy AD Rick Mello and Chief Development Officer Mike Melendez for their help in this search. President David Lebron for his counsel and support. Our advisory committee of alumni, Kim Kane, Matthew Reckling, Mike Wilson, and Paul Doyle, they were totally committed to this process over the past couple of weeks. TR and Isla Reckling, Bob and Betty Bixby, and Judy Allen for their significant financial support of our baseball program, and to our RBI Club donors and our fans for your continued belief that this program should be nationally relevant. Everybody, let's give a warm welcome to our new head coach and familiar face, José Cruz Jr. It's not buttoned.
Let me wear it. Thank you, man. Thank you. About it. Well, I'm ecstatic. I'm super excited. This is very emotional for me. I was talking to a friend of mine today, and I was telling him about getting this job, and I'm like, hey, dreams do come true. So to being up here, it's surreal in many ways, but I'm looking forward to the challenge. I'm ready. I think my staff's going to be very much in tune with my vision and what I want to do here. This is going to be excellent follow. It's going to be fun to have all of the Rice Nation come together. The support's been outstanding, and just see us on TV, see us on the regionals, see us in the super regionals, and see us in Omaha. That's the goal, and to be the last man standing and plant that Old English R in the middle of the mound to celebrate.
Questions? So you said a couple of days ago, it's starting to feel real. How real is it now?
Oh, it was last week was very tough because I ended up getting offered something that I've wanted to do for so long, and at the same time, I'm still with the Tigers and trying to uphold my responsibilities there. AJ was very much a huge influence in me and coaching and how I got to see day to day how he handled his business. How he handled the press, how he handled the players, how he communicated. It was very impressionable for me. I really appreciate what he did and taking the chance with me. I've known him for a long time, but he told me I needed to get in. There's some things to do and to accomplish. Little did I know that would turn into me standing here in front of you today. So now that I'm here, I'm fully focused. Seems like I've been on the phone for a week straight. But we're getting everything in order, and we're going to do a great job.
What is it like to have represent the
Oh, it's great. I take great pride in it. I always, before making decisions, that's how I go about it, how I look at it. I always, put my last name. I always have my city. I have my rice always in every decision that I make, and how that would look for that which I consider my family. So I am again ecstatic to be able to represent my family and represent Rice and be the head baseball coach and lead some young men into some victories and to some successes in life.
Jose, with that said, who's here with you, and what does it mean to have all these people here with you? Who
Right.
are they?
So I have my daughter Alicia. She's a sophomore at SMU. I have my son Antonio, who's currently at Rice, who graduated in 3 years, which is very impressive. My brother Enrique, who also graduated from Rice, who graduated on the same day, who was on the national title team. I have my lovely wife here, Sarah, who gets to put up with me every day. My mother, Zoraida, here, who also put up with me a lot. So thank you very much. My father, José Cruz, the guy who started it all. And my aunt, Millie, here, my support staff here, always been with me from the beginning. So, it's glad, I'm happy that they're all here. I'm missing Trey. He was very upset. He was trying to get, so Trey's my oldest son, in case you guys don't know. So he's in the middle of a game right now. He was calling to see if he could see the press conference. He's just trying to handle his own business out there. So follow his dreams. So, but I'm very excited that they're all here in their support. And my sister couldn't make it, but she's on the list. She texted me.
Your mom told me 8 years ago how much education meant to her family,
Right.
the legacy, the inheritance that her dad wanted to give them. What does it mean? Like, you're a coach at a major university, but pretty much the best academic institution in Texas. What does that mean for the Cruz family?
Education is very important. I think I've harped at least to my kids, because my mother was all over me about graduating Rice University. So being able to have that college degree is very important. I think it says a lot about who you are as a person, especially getting a Rice degree, or in my daughter's case, an SMU degree. I think it speaks volumes of the type of person you are. So as far as I'm concerned, I'm into graduating guys. I want guys to come here to graduate. I graduated. I mean, I played professional baseball and I graduated. So it's definitely doable. I think now with online classes being available, it's definitely something that you can play baseball and do that at the same time, which is great to be able to do that. I think graduating guys is going to be very important. I think as a baseball program is still going to keep a little bit of an eye out for the pro side of it as well. I understand how guys are and what they think about, but I'll be able to give them a perspective on how to be able to accomplish both.
What type of coaching style do you think you have? Do you know that yet? Or?
Yeah, for sure. I have many influences. One being right here with me. So it was always a good time having him and his brothers together talking about baseball. I mean, to have two other uncles that made it to the major leagues too is always an exciting test in perspectives, so it's always fun to listen to that. So with that being said, my experience through here, through Graham and how that went, my experience in Major League Baseball, I've had some great managers, with the likes of Lou Piniella and Cito Gaston and stuff. So things like that kind of come together, along with AJ's tutelage and how he always went out of his way to show me situations and show me different ways to handle different people and different situations. So it's like a blend. I would say there's some old school to it, but it is more of a modern style. I'm not going to be a big yeller about stuff. I think communication is key. Everybody's gonna have a clear view of what is expected of them, and we're going to prepare them as best as possible. I'm into development. I'm into teaching people how to be better. I'm into mental processes. I'm into just creating a good routine and putting yourself in the best possible opportunity or stance or whatever you want to call it to succeed. So it's more of my style. It's going to be more progressive. Everything's going to be more progressive to be able to communicate with the young people.
Have you had a chance to talk to the guys or interact in any situation as far as phone calls or meetings?
With the team now? Yeah, I've been on the phone here for the last few days. Some of the guys I already knew, so they reached out right away and we were able to talk. They're all very excited about it. The guys that are coming in and some of the pitchers that are here, I've talked to them about what I plan on doing and my vision on pitching. I think that's going to be our fastest way to be successful. And it's going to be very progressive. I think pitching has changed. I don't know how much college baseball has caught on to that, but I have a very clear vision of what it's going to take for them. And I explained to the young pitchers what we're going to do, and they're all in because it's a language and that's how they talk now anyway. So it's going to be really, really exciting to see how good our pitching staff can be in a year, and then look at it in 2 years and in 3 years to see how much we're going to grow.
Under Rice's normal situations, this time of the year, Rice will be headed off to playoffs and probably also to Omaha.
Right.
So my question is, WHEN, when and how long will it take for you to
Well,
put all this together?
what I can tell you is that next year we're going to be better than we were this year. I'll tell you that right now. The way some of these young guys are going to excel is going to say a lot. I think that's going to speak volumes to the point where people are going to want to be a part of it. So after we get it going and get people paying attention to what we're doing and how the guys are interacting and talking about what we're offering to those guys, I think the recruits are going to want to come and align themselves to this. Like it was mentioned earlier, if we fix the baseball side and create this development type of attitude or development type of environment, I think guys are going to want to come here and get better because they know they're coming here and getting better. So the recruiting is going to be more intense, and I think that in 3 years it'll be I'll be able to answer that question, but it's going to be really, really more. We're going to be closer to what we're talking about being here at Rice.
Anything else? All right, why don't we get the podium out of the way and move your family up and get a couple pictures, and then we'll go into some one-on-ones after that. All right?